Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to today's video, where I plan to talk a little bit about E3, and just what some of my thoughts on it are, and it's mainly going to kind of focus on Nintendo's presence there, because they showed a lot of games that I was really happy with, and also did something really cool, where in Canada and the United States, they actually set up some of the games that they showed at E3 on display at Best Buys across those countries, and, just average people could go and try them out, which was really neat because, you don't have to go to E3 like usual. As, usually I'll be watching some of the E3 footage that people post and, they'll be there testing all the new games. I'm like, I really, really wish that I could be there doing that. So now Nintendo had this brilliant idea, where they went to all these Best Buys, set up the new games that they showed, and anyone could go and try them out, which was really, really, really nice. And I really enjoyed that, and I hope that they continue to do that every year, and I have no idea why no one has ever thought to do that before. Because overall, it was great publicity for the Wii U. I just know so many people that, they were there, they were trying it, they thought all the new games were really neat, so I'm sure that they're going to get a ton of sales from that, and they should, because, some of the new games that they have coming out are really, really cool, and they were even handing out some free stuff, like this hat that I'm wearing here, because of course it is year of Luigi. So they are handing out a ton of Luigi stuff, which was really neat. I'm going to show some of the stuff that they handed out. But first I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the games that Nintendo was showing there. Now, Nintendo showed a whole bunch of games in their Nintendo Direct, and I really, really like the Nintendo Directs that Nintendo does, because, some people were, upset that they didn't have, their usual press conference at E3, but the Nintendo Directs are something that I really enjoy, so the fact that they were doing that instead was something that I was perfectly fine with. They just show the games, they get right to the point, and it's fine. They don't need to go up on the stage, just to do that, even though, it is usually really cool. You'll be looking at the E3 schedule and be like, oh, there's Nintendo's time slot, but, there's pretty much kind of the same thing, even though, it just wasn't in the normal, kind of press area, like they would usually do their conference. But anyway, they showed some really cool games, of course. What do we have? We had Smash Brothers, which I know a whole bunch of people are really excited for. It's really cool that that is coming out for both the Wii U and the 3DS. Although I don't know if there's going to be some kind of connectivity between them, because I have some friends who say they're going to get it for 3DS and some friends who say they're going to get it for the Wii U. I personally am definitely going to get it for the Wii U and possibly the 3DS as well, just so that I can play with, all of my friends who might get it for the different things. The biggest announcement for the Smash Brothers, the new Smash Brothers games coming out, is definitely the fact that Mega Man is going to be in it. I know so many people who are happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Back from the days of Super Smash Brothers Melee, people would always be like, oh, there's a secret code that if you're entered on this screen, you can unlock Mega Man and all these other characters. And one of those characters was always Sonic, and we got that in the last Smash Brothers game. So I guess it was finally about time for Mega Man to show up, and that is going to be super cool. I cannot wait to try that out. Once it comes out, I'm going to be really, really looking forward to that. Next game is Super Mario 3D World. 3D Land. Of course, the next step was to come out with 3D World. And I kind of figured that was going to be Mario's big 3D game on the Wii U, because 3D Land on the 3DS. I figured that they would build on top of that and make that the kind of big Wii U Mario adventure. Who knows? Maybe we'll even see, another 3D Mario game on the Wii U, which focuses more on the star collecting, like, Sunshine and 64 and Galaxy. But this is really cool too, and I liked a lot of the things that I see in it, and the level design looks really nice, so I can't wait until that comes out. And then, of course, next up is Mario Kart 8, and Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart is always really fun, especially Wii U and DS. It was really neat how they were online, so I hope that, the online is even bigger and better in Mario Kart 8. And just really looking forward to that, as well as Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is really something that, I really liked Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii and now the 3DS. I even did a whole 2 weeks of Donkey Kong videos and showed a whole bunch of Donkey Kong stuff in my collection, just to celebrate that coming out. So new Donkey Kong Country Returns sequel, definitely something that I'm going to be keeping my watch on. It's definitely one of my favorite games that they showed at E3, because, it was so long since we had a new Donkey Kong Country game, since back, the Super Nintendo. So the fact that they're bringing back not just one Donkey Kong Country game now, but they're, they're making a whole bunch more of them, is something that I am really, really looking forward to. But anyway, those are some of the games that they showed off. And as I was saying, at Best Buy, they had games set up that you could go and try, and you were even handing out, things like free Luigi hats to people who played the games, which was really neat. They had 4 games hooked up. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot to mention, Wind Waker HD, One of my favorite GameCube games, my #1 favorite Zelda game, so I cannot wait, of course, to get my hands on that. Because, even though, Wind Waker, it came out for the GameCube, it's so cool to finally see Nintendo games in HD. I mean, like you see the other consoles and, like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Overall, I was really, really happy with the graphics that, like the PlayStation 3 had last generation. So the fact that the PlayStation 4 is coming out, I know that, the technology is better, so there's a whole bunch of new stuff that they can do, but I'm not super impressed by, like the graphics jump. Definitely not like what we're used to from before, 64 to GameCube, things were a lot smoother, and then from that to that, things got a lot better from there. But overall, the biggest jump I see from console to console is definitely, from the Wii to Wii U, because it's just so neat to finally be able to see all of Nintendo's incredible series in HD. So, Wind Waker HD is looking really cool, and even like, the Mario games, Mario Kart 8, it's so great to finally be able to see a Mario Kart game in HD. Super Mario 3D World, just all those games look so nice, and I'm so excited to be able to play them when they come out. But I was able to try them at Best Buy, and they had 4 games. They had Mario Kart 3D World, Mario Kart 8, Wind Waker HD, and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Unfortunately, there was no Smash Brothers, Wii U, which I know that's probably like the #1 game that most people would have liked trying the most, but I'm sure that they're still working on that, adding a whole bunch more stuff in. And that will be out, in the future, but it was still cool to be able to try those 4 games. Because usually that is something that you would only be able to do if you were lucky enough to go to E3. Now, a lot of people aren't lucky enough to be in that situation, so the fact that they brought the games to, a lot of the people who unfortunately did not get that chance was really, really, really nice of them. So yeah, of course I tried all 4 of those games. They were really fun. And when you tried them, you got some free things. So, one of those things was a Luigi Hat, which was pretty neat. They also had flags for Mario Kart, so let's just kind of get this out here. And I think there was a few different characters on them, but this one right here is Luigi. It makes sense. Year of the Luigi. Overall, I've really been enjoying, kind of 2013 being Luigi's year, with Luigi's Mansion 2, which is probably my favorite game that has come out this year so far. And you have the Luigi expansion for New Super Mario Bros. U, which is going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, the other things they handed out, there's some stickers, which, a whole bunch of Nintendo characters on them, which is really neat. We have this thing right here. Now I'm going to have to get a bit closer to the camera and, focus in on this. It is a Luigi token. This one's still kind of in the plastic bag, but overall, I mean, this thing right here is really neat. It looks really cool, and I'm super happy to be able to add this thing to my collection because, this kind of thing is super collectible, and it's things like this that I just absolutely love to have. They had 3DS. Man. Had to get this thing untangled. It was untangled when I put it on the table, but when I lifted it up, I kind of messed it up. It says Nintendo 3DS, and you can hang things on the end like keys and other things. Also, we have Kirby's Return to Dreamland bookmark, which is really nice. And we have some magnets, some 3DS magnets, which are actually really cool. So overall, they were handing out a ton of free stuff, and I mean, being able to play the games was nice enough, but for them to be handing out all of this stuff, it was just super cool, and it was a really awesome experience to, be able to go to Best Buy and just be right there trying all these games that were just announced, because usually, I mean, you just watch the trailers and you see about them in the press conference, and then, the wait begins, and you never actually get to try anything, except for the people who are lucky enough to go to E3, but for them to do that is really, really awesome, and, it's an opportunity that I've never had before, to be able to try these games so far in advance, and I think that it was super cool that they did that. And it definitely got a lot of my friends excited to get a Wii U too, because I mean, I've had my Wii U since Christmas, and I've been, waiting for some new games to come out. So I mean, this has got me really excited for all these again, and also a lot of my friends who, were kind of on the edge about getting a Wii U, just being able to go to Best Buy, and try everything. It got them really excited for it, so of course, they will be getting theirs before the year is out, which is really cool, so I have some people to play online with. But yeah, overall, I mean, it was just super fun. It was super great to be able to try out all of the games. I really like a lot of the things that they've added into Super Mario 3D World, because, Super Mario 3D Land was great, but just, all the new things, all the new power-ups are cool. The level design, I really, really like, so overall, I'm really looking forward to that. Mario Kart 8 again, I can't wait to play that online with people. I hope that they add a whole bunch of cool features to that. Unfortunately, Smash Brothers wasn't there, but, I mean, I can wait for that, and I hope that the online for that is really good as well. But yeah, overall, It was just a really fun E3. I mean, this is it's the event that comes around once a year. Everyone gets super anticipated for it, and this was probably my favorite E3 in a long time, just because of some of the things that were showed were really fun, and just overall what Nintendo did here was just absolutely incredible. I mean, aside from that, a few other really funny things happened too, like a certain something got pounded into the ground by a certain something else, but I'm not going to get into that because I'm pretty sure absolutely everyone else has talked about that. But I just wanted to talk about, this kind of thing that went on at Best Buy with Nintendo, and I hope that everyone, if it was in your area, you definitely got to go and try that out. I mean, I was shocked that it actually was here. Because when I first heard about this happening, I was sure that it was only going to be in the United States, but when they said they were bringing it to Canada too, I couldn't believe it. So overall, I just had so much fun with this. I spent way too many hours at Best Buy over the last few days, but I had a ton of fun, and now I am super excited for when all of these games are coming out. But yeah, I think that's just want to kind of quickly show some of the things. So yeah, Luigi Hat here. It's not super resizable or anything like that, and it's not like the Mario hat that they gave out for a platinum membership on Club Nintendo a few years ago. I mean, it's still really cool. I mean, they gave out millions and millions and millions of these things across the continent. So it's just really cool that they actually did that, because I didn't even expect that to happen. I'm just like, I can't wait to play the games, and they just start throwing free stuff at you. And it was just a super cool event. And I really, really hope that they do this next year too. Everyone should learn from Nintendo. I mean, it's not like it's anything new, people learning things from Nintendo. But overall, it was just a super fun event, and I hope that everyone else out there who would be interested in this kind of thing took advantage of it, and they tried out these new games that are coming out, because I just cannot wait. Too many good things coming out in the future. But anyway, that is my spiel about E3 and how much I enjoyed, kind of Nintendo's presence there. One thing that I noticed was that a lot of people were not trying the new Donkey Kong Country game. I mean, sometimes there was lines, so I mean, you'd have to wait through the line, and it was usually just Mario World, Mario Kart, and Wind Waker, which people were playing. But I got up there and I played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm assuming that it was the first level. I mean, it had really good level design. They finally brought back swimming, which for some reason wasn't in the first one. The music's great. The graphics look great. The HD-ness and everything. It was a lot of fun. And then, after people saw me playing it, they're like, that actually looks really cool. And then a whole bunch of people started playing it after they saw me playing it, because, I mean, I guess everyone, just wanted to try Mario. But don't forget about Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freezes. I'm really looking forward to that. That might even be, kind of my #1 anticipated game. But, I mean, they're all really anticipated. I can't wait for Mario World and all that. Can't wait to hear more about them, too, as time goes on and they get closer to release. But anyway, I think that is all that I have to say about this. Please post in the comments what you thought about E3 and, about some of the things I've talked about. And I hope that everyone got the chance to go to a Best Buy and try out some of these games too. And if you did, tell me what you think about the games that were there for display. Because, I think that those were the only 4. Unless they were different in other places, but I don't think they were. But, I believe that is it for this video. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. And I hope to see you next time for something different. So, thanks, and see you later.